have to pay my Claro bill, and I'm going to do it using Bitrefill. So I've got my account already loaded in here. All I basically have to do is push Lightning. It gives me a Lightning address, and then I'm going to scan the QR code. It's going to say, do I want to pay? I do. I'm going to push confirm payment, and it's done. How easy was that? Yeah.
So special. So I'll give you one example, right? Crypto is one of the asset class that trades 24/7, right? 365 days, everywhere around the world, right? So what opportunity it essentially gives you that Bhavin's local currency is GBP and Mika-san's local currency is yen. Now there is a GBP to XRP trade that's happening 24/7, 365 days a year. There's XRP to yen trade that's happening 24/7, 365 days a year. Hence, you are able to use the 24/7 infrastructure that already exists and be able to move value from two fiat. Correct. Starting point and then endpoints, right? So you're using crypto as a bridge, right? And this 24/7 trading ability allows you to do that. But whereas if you look at all the traditional systems, they have been said Monday to Friday, they only trade in local pairs, they're closed on Saturday to Sunday, and that's the reason it gives rise to settlement risk, pre-settlement risk, custody services, escrow services. So there is a huge plethora of intermediaries that exist primarily because markets are not 24/7. Now markets are 24/7. And hence, one, you don't need all of them. And then a lot of business models that are not possible earlier are possible now. And that's the true advantage of crypto. And as entrepreneurs build on the top of this 24/7 infrastructure, you will see more and more use cases causing that step change in the user experience.
All right, welcome back to WWTA News. We have more news to get into. Obviously, we've got some news with Ripple and XRP, so we're going to jump right into this news. We're not going to waste time. It says here's why XRP is not included in Ripple's liquidity hub. Says Ripple's top lawyer, Stuart Alderati, clarified on Twitter why the company's newest product, Liquidity Hub, does not incorporate XRP. The Liquidity Hub is an enterprise-level product primarily for institutions. Right. So the Liquidity Hub is an enterprise-level product primarily for institutions and not retail customers. Alderati stated that there is currently low liquidity for XRP in the United States, and Ripple is eager to support XRP in the Liquidity Hub when it can provide an improved customer experience. So one more time, let's swallow that. The Liquidity Hub is an enterprise level product primarily for institutions. Alderati emphasized that the product team designed the Liquidity Hub to access various types of cryptocurrency liquidity and not just XRP. The target customers for the platform, which are mostly U.S. institutions, seek access to a range of tokens such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. Ripple aims to cater to these customers' demands. So these customers or these institutions in the United States seem to be heavily attracted to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. This might explain why we see the increases happening the way we've seen them, as well as possibly the falling out of the amounts. Goes on, one of the main reasons XRP is not part of the Liquidity Hub is due to a lack of regulatory clarity in the United States, which is crucial for enterprise customers. So the institutions, the big boys in the game, because they don't know how things are going to turn out in the United States, being that they're operating out of the United States, they're not ready to deal in XRP. This has no bearing on the rest of the countries across this world, this plane of existence. No bearing. They don't care. As Brad Garlinghouse was told by a group of foreigners where he was, that yes, we don't care about what goes on in the United States, the SEC and Ripple. We're going to use what we're going to use. We don't care. Goes on to say Ripple's ongoing legal battle with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission over whether XRP is a security or not has led to uncertainty about the token's regulatory status. And again, we're only talking about inside the United States, where these people even question this stuff. Outside of the United States, they don't really care. Other nations, they don't care. They don't care. So, interesting enough, this is only a concern for institutions in the United States. And we'll probably, whether we see the institutions in the United States deal with it or not, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We really don't care because what's going on outside of the United States is what's going to take precedence over the rest. All right, let's move along. Al Dorati also addressed comparisons between Ripple's on-demand liquidity, ODL service, and the Liquidity Hub. He stated that ODL, on-demand liquidity, has been using and will continue to use XRP. Sales of XRP reported quarterly are made to ODL customers for use in the product, which continues to thrive on a global scale. It's doing fine. We don't care what's going on in the United States. We're using XRP, on-demand liquidity. Don't really care about institutions and whatnot in the United States. Don't care. So, I mean, does it matter? Obviously not in other countries. They don't really care. So interesting. All right, another Ripple article, right? Ripple plans to help 3.7 billion people, and here's how. The adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology could help increase economic participation, opportunity, and sustainability for billions of people without access to banking services. The cryptocurrency company claims Ripple sees one solution to the problem as providing low cost and always on money transfers in emerging markets and creating a central bank digital currency platform for governments working to improve financial inclusion. That's major because, again, outside in other countries, they're more concerned about their citizens being included in finance because they didn't have what? They didn't have banks. They didn't have access to banks. Now they can use their devices, their phones, to have access to this type of banking. So again, who cares what happens in the United States? It's not about the United States, right? The sun doesn't rise and fall on the United States like it goes for everywhere. All right. Everybody gets the sun. The United States is just one insignificant place. It says, in addition, Ripple aims to promote a sustainable tomorrow for the cryptocurrency industry. Ripple believes its XRPL is the world's first blockchain to be carbon neutral, and its framework has the potential to provide green cryptocurrency solutions and more productive carbon markets. The company has set a goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2030, if not sooner, by reducing emissions, using green energy, and investing in incentive carbon removal projects. So, I mean, as important as that really isn't, it does stand to help us understand that there is a difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously. The way these things are mined, obviously, and the way these things work, obviously. But for the greater whole, other countries, other nations, they look at, and this is not to sell Ripple, this is not to sell XRP, this is just their news. Okay, I'm just reading two articles here. Take it, deal with it, however you choose. But other nations don't care. And to not be confused, there are other cryptocurrency networks or blockchains that do the same thing. And so why would you want to use something like the Lightning Network or even Ethereum's chains where you have to spend absorbent amounts of finance and you can't even get those super fast transactions, and it's not cleared on the other side like with the actual finance. And I say that as in, like on-demand liquidity. So I don't know, man. I would just say at this point, whether you hate XRP or you love it, doesn't even matter. The main thing is that in other countries, they don't care what goes on in the United States. Nobody cares. The United States is its own place. The world does not revolve around the United States. What goes on here with our finance, whether we become a third world country in the near future or whether the dollar survives, nobody really cares. Most people aren't worried about doing trade and conducting business with the United States. They kind of want to be free and do their own thing. They don't want to move in the dollar anymore. So you have to look at all these things and ask yourself, if nations don't want to deal in these things, what do you think they're going to do next? And Is there any evidence to what they're doing already to prove what they're doing next? Wow, so pretty important articles there. I thought they were very interesting. Felt like I should share them with you all. You all gather your own thoughts, your own ideas, figure out what to do with the information, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.